Muscles. We have more than 600 of them. They make up between 1/3 and 1/2 of our body weight. And along with connective tissue, they bind us together, hold us upright, and help us move. And whether or not bodybuilding is your hobby, muscles need your constant attention, because the way you treat them daily determines whether they will wither or grow. Imagine you're standing in front of a door, ready to pull it open. Your brain and muscles are perfectly poised for the task. First, your brain sends a signal to motor neurons inside your arm. When they receive this message, they fire, causing muscles to contract and relax, which pulls on the bones in your arm and generates the needed movement. The bigger the challenge becomes, the bigger the brain signal grows, and the more motor units it rallies to help you achieve your goal. But what if the door is made of solid iron? At this point, your arm muscles alone won't be able to generate enough tension to pull it open, so your brain appeals to other muscles for help. You plant your feet, tighten your belly, and tense your back, generating enough force to yank it open. Your nervous system has just leveraged the resources you already have, other muscles to meet the demand. While all this is happening, your muscle fibers undergo another cellular change. As you expose them to stress, they experience microscopic damage, and in this context, that's a good thing. In response, the injured cells release inflammatory molecules called cytokines, activating the immune system to repair the injury. This is when the muscle building magic happens. The greater the damage to the muscle tissue, the more your body needs to repair itself. This cycle of damage and repair eventually makes muscles bigger and stronger as they adapt to progressively greater demands. Since our bodies have already adapted to most everyday activities, those generally don't produce enough stress to stimulate new muscle growth. To build new muscle, a process called hypertrophy, our cells need to be exposed to higher workloads than they're used to. In fact, if you don't continuously expose your muscles to some resistance, they will shrink, a process known as muscular atrophy. In contrast, exposing the muscle to a high degree of tension, especially while the muscle is lengthening, known as an eccentric contraction, creates effective conditions for new growth. However, muscles rely on more than just activity to grow. Without proper nutrition, hormones, and rest, your body would never be able to repair damaged muscle fibers. Protein in our diet preserves muscle mass by providing the building blocks for new tissue in the form of amino acids. Adequate protein intake, along with naturally occurring hormones like insulin-like growth factor and testosterone, helps shift the body into a state where tissue is repaired and grown. This vital repair process mainly occurs when we are resting, especially at night while sleeping. Gender and age affect this repair mechanism, which is why young men with more testosterone often have an advantage in muscle building. Genetic factors also play a role in one's ability to grow muscle. Some people have more robust immune reactions to muscle damage and are better able to repair and replace damaged muscle fibers, increasing their muscle building potential. Ultimately, the body responds precisely to the demands placed upon it. Stress it intelligently, fuel it adequately, allow it to recover fully. Repeat, that is how muscle is built, and this rule extends beyond muscle. Because just like the body, meaningful growth in life does not come from comfort. It comes from challenge, applied with precision, and followed by recovery. That is the difference between breakdown and progress, between stagnation and strength, between wearing down and building something that lasts.